So the fairies have shared the plan of action. And of course, there really is. Hello, fairy finders and fairy seekers. Welcome to FaerieQuest and the Ask the Faeries weekly reading for March 1st through March 7th, 2021. So now let us pull the cards and see what the fairies have to share with us for this week. Going to split the deck. Okay, so card number 1, the 4 of clubs, called the east wind in this deck. Card number 2, the 2 of diamonds. Card number 3, the 8 of clubs, the scales. And card number 4, the Jack of Spades, called Pampero in this deck. So again, for the second week in a row, we have no hearts in this layout. We do have 2 clubs, and we have a spade in its natural position. So this ought to be a very interesting reading for this week. Let's see what the fairies have to say for each card. Okay, so the first card here is the 4 of clubs, and it is the east wind. And if you look at that face, this is the card of the 4s, meaning that each one covers a wind. This is the card that looks like Father Time. He's elderly. You can see he's seen his days, and he does everything at his own pace. There is no way that you're going to make him move any faster than he chooses to move. And because of that, there are some events unfolding right now that are unseen by most. No diamond in this position, as it should be. And these things that are happening, these events that are unfolding, are unfolding at their own pace. The timing that Father Time has chosen, or as the universe feels they need to unfold. Now, these are good events, which is absolutely amazing. And when I say that, it's because this is a club here, and the clubs are all about our individuality and breathing and ideas and thoughts and being able to be individuals. So what is going on here, the events that are unfolding, this is a good thing. These are good things happening, although they have to have a timely manner to have everything work out the way that they're supposed to. Now, this second card here is the 2 of diamonds. And this card in this deck is called the Rivals. So we have this guy here, which is the sun. We have this girl here, who is the moon, and they're getting ready to change places. They are always in competition. Always a rival between them, just like there is between male and female, sun and moon, anything that is a polarity, anything that is opposite can be a rivalry. Now, in this case, what has been happening is that the powers that be have created a lot of different oppositions, a lot of different rivalries going on. So we have, certain issues such as face apparatus versus non-face apparatus. We have the plandemic or the pandemic. We have the jab or no jab. We have election issues or no election issues. We have this president or this president. So many different things over this last year have been rivalry based. And the point of this was, as you see, there's no clubs here, as there should be. This was for the point of removing our individuality. It was for the point of making sure that we were wearing face apparatuses, because so many things were created, we'll say that, to make so many people afraid. This rivalry, all this that is going on, needed to happen so that these events, for the good of us, these events could actually unfold. This is a way of awakening. And again, we see now we have diamonds, so we can see. The light is shining through. A way of awakening people, slowly but surely. A way of awakening people as to what exactly is going on, as to the events that have been taking place that are meant to steal us, our souls, our individualities, our humanity in general. And here we have the 8 of clubs, and in this deck it's called the scales. And when you look at this card, because of the way that it is created, like a window, looking out at the sky, at the clouds. Clouds are considered ideas. And, if you have too many clouds, there's a lot of clutter in the thoughts and the ideas. This is like the perfect balance, the scales. This club sits where a heart should be. And there is obviously no hearts here. The hearts, when there are no hearts, it talks about healing. It is a need for healing. And obviously there's a lot of things going on that create a feeling of discordance, a feeling of anger and hate and, so much stress. And healing is needed. But healing can begin once these events unfold and people really see what has been going on, what's been happening, and they get their air back, meaning to balance out what Mother Nature gave us, what the universe shares. In other words, we breathe oxygen and we let out carbon dioxide. That's the point. That's the balance that our bodies require. Once people realize that, yes, we are individuals. We are meant to be individuals. We are supposed to think for ourselves. We are creative people. The creativeness is very integral to the human race. That is one of the things that makes us ever so special. And why the powers that be really, really dislike us. Because we have so much personality. So much for amazing qualities. The scales will balance. Yes, there might still be the rivalry of amongst ourselves. In other words, ones who just cannot admit that, Lord have mercy, I fell for this, but I can't admit that I fell for this, that I was fooled, so I'm going to stay on this side of the scale. And then there's those of us who understood and understand and have awakened enough to realize what has actually happened and can admit we may have been fooled for a little while, or maybe not. Maybe we were never fooled. At any rate, we'll be on this side of the scale, and it will eventually balance. Now this card here, the Jack of Spades, and his name in this deck is called Pampero. And he's named after some pretty heavy-duty winds. Okay, so interestingly, we've got wind here, we've got wind here. This isn't actually wind, but it is, because that's what he's named after. And this is an earth card, and this earth card is in its natural position. The spade is in its natural position. That makes it a very important card. Now, as you can see, this gentleman is prepared. He's ready, sword in hand. He is here to protect Mother Earth. Mother Earth is here to protect him. It's a give and take situation, and he's very focused. He has one focused mind, and that is himself and Mother Earth working together. That is what humans were meant to do, is work with Mother Earth. Everything that we need, Mother Earth has provided for us. Look how healthy he is. Incredible, right? So a lot of what you hear concerning the Earth, climate change, so many things. We can't even go into it. But most of that, all of that, is hot air. Those swirly, hot Pampero winds. That's all it is. You'll hear these people whining and complaining and moaning. But again, it's all hot air. The earth takes care of herself in a timely manner. In a timely manner. She takes care of herself. She takes care of us on a regular basis. We need to fight to take care of her. So when the air is removed, when we are not allowed to release the carbon dioxide that we are supposed to release, we're not the only ones that suffer. The trees, the plants, they suffer. Another way to make sure that there's a food shortage, right? Basically, we need to fight for Mother Earth. And we need to understand how Mother Earth is going to fight for us. And that may be, cleansing herself in different ways. Whatever it is, it's meant to happen. The events are meant to unfold. People are going to wake up. The scales will finally be balanced. And we will be working to bring back the beautiful Mother Earth that we were always meant to live on. And we won't be listening to any more of the hot air or any of this rivalry stuff. So the fairies have shared the plan of action. And of course, there really is no timing for this. Each thing will unfold as it is meant to. And I don't believe that it's going to be long and drawn out, but each thing has to be very carefully done to get the result that is needed to have each one of these steps happen. The hardest part is waking people up, and patience is needed. So as always, take what you can from this reading, what resonates with you, and what doesn't, just let it go. So we will see you again next week for the Ask the Faeries weekly reading. Take care.